everyone, this is Crypto BitLaw here with your blockchain legal brief, and today we're going to discuss how a recent hack on a Solana stablecoin project resulted in the value of those tokens going to zero. But before we dive in, if you like this content, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate that. With that said, let's dive right on in. Okay, so as we can see here, Decrypt reports that Solana stablecoin project Cashio plummets to zero after multi-million-dollar hack. They say Cashio, a Solana-based stablecoin project, has been looted for millions after attackers leveraged an infinite mint glitch. The price of Cashio's dollar-pegged stablecoin, Cash, has fallen from $1 to fractions of a cent after an infinite mint glitch enabled attackers to mint tokens without providing collateral. Cashio developer OX Ghostchain took to Twitter to warn people, quote, not to mint any cash, adding that the team are investigating the issue and we believe we have found the root cause. Please withdraw your funds from pools. We will publish a post-mortem ASAP. According to DeFi Llama, roughly $28 million of value has been drained from Cashio's protocol due to the exploit. Still, Sam Sun, a research partner at Web3 investment firm Paradigm, shared a bleaker picture on Twitter today. The researcher wrote, quote, another day, another Solana fake account exploit. This time, Cashio app lost about $50 million based on a quick skim. How did this happen? The project has not responded to Decrypt to confirm the scale of the attack. Cashio Dollar is a Solana native stablecoin launched in November of 2021. Typically, anyone can mint cash by first depositing Saber USDT USDC liquidity provider tokens. Saber is a decentralized exchange on Solana, akin to Uniswap. Whenever users deposit tokens into the liquidity pools on Saber, they receive LP tokens representing a token for their deposit. This isn't the first time a DeFi protocol has been looted for millions through an infinite mint glitch. In December of 2020, a group of DeFi developers used a similar exploit on the DeFi insurance project Cover and minted fake tokens to provide liquidity to Balancer. The attackers then redeemed the staked tokens for Cover tokens, which were then sold on exchanges repeatedly. The total damage for the attack was about $3 million, which was allegedly sent back in full, along with a note attached to the transaction that stated, quote, next time, take care of your own shit. Here's funny. Here's a tweet that covers that. The Cover attack. Funny. Continuing on, last summer, attackers ran the price of Safe Dollar's eponymous dollar-pegged stablecoin to zero after looting about $250,000 worth of stablecoins from the platform's liquidity pool, then fenced the stolen coins on Polydex. I guess in terms of liability, who would bear any sort of liability, whether it be legal or otherwise, in this project? I don't really think there's going to be much there. I think the dev of this project, unless it was revealed that this was an inside job, then I don't think that there's going to be any sort of criminal liability. The best case would be negligence, which would sound in civil law. But even at that point, unless the devs are doxxed and you could actually get your case into court and prove it up, you're going to have a hard time recovering for this. Because a lot of these things, they're kind of use at your own risk, which brings us to our next point, which is about doing your own research. Before you get into one of these projects, you're going to want to actually thoroughly vet the dev team and make sure that the code that they're using for either their smart contract or their exchange or whatever the project may be that you're putting your money into has actually been vetted and it's actually bulletproof. This is why projects like Uniswap have been up and running for years and the code is bulletproof. And so you have forks of these things like PancakeSwap and Richard Hart's Pulse X that are established from that code base that has been running in a Loctite, rock-solid manner for years. So you actually have a strong foundation with which to build upon rather than starting from the ground up, building everything by yourself and just kind of pretty much, in a sense, testing in a live production system where you don't know what you don't know, and therefore it leaves you open to a lot of these different exploits. You better believe that people have been trying to exploit things like Uniswap for years, and any potential vulnerabilities, I believe most, if not all, have already been thoroughly vetted and addressed, which is why projects like that, Uniswap, are so stable. And then the last point is this kind of brings up reminiscence of the Wormhole bridge hack. which was also based on Solana. But the main difference with that is that because Wormhole had Jump Capital, and I know even Sam Bankman-Fried, he kind of stepped up to the plate, but Jump Capital actually took the reins with reimbursing all of the people that were affected in the Wormhole bridge hack on Solana. So they actually were able to bail out that project and prevent any sort of further damage to the Solana ecosystem. But as far as I could see, this is just a continuation of a trend of exploits that happened on Solana, but not just to Solana. I don't want to pick on Solana, even though their track record for having the chain going down isn't really all that great, and this recent wave of exploits isn't really a good look either. But I think this is just a broader overarching theme of DeFi in general. You see a fair amount of these DeFi hacks. People either getting rug pulled inside jobs or outside third-party hackers coming and exploiting protocols and just draining liquidity from these things. I know Mark Cuban, he got raked up into one. I think what was it called, like Iron Finance or something like that. But if you have to do a lot of research and make sure you're putting your money behind a good project when you get into these things. DeFi and yield farming. It's very wild west. There's not a lot of regulation, and a lot of these projects haven't really been thoroughly audited and vetted to the point where you could actually feel safe and sleep safely at night, knowing your money would be safe and secure in these projects. That's just not the environment we're living in when it comes to bleeding edge of DeFi, especially on newer protocols like Solana that uses a Rust-based programming interface as opposed to Solidity, which is the EVM-based protocol. So there you have it. That's the development in terms of the latest Solana black eye. If you like this content, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. We'd really appreciate that as we aim to grow and keep providing you with the newest and freshest content every day. And with that said, thanks again for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.